What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about a very interesting Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League rumor, and I wanted to leave the title, I wanted to leave the thumbnail spoiler-free, so you would click on this, on your own free will, and you could keep watching on your own free will, because we're going to talk about potentially another playable character. Now, we know there's going to be more playable characters. That part is not a spoiler kind of leak, right? Like, they've been very, very apparent with, obviously, the live service elements of this game we know quite a bit about, and one of the things we know is coming to this game over time is more playable characters. It's just flat out everywhere, and they've, again, openly kind of discussed that. But we have Miller Ross, who I believe this guy is very big, or was extremely big, in the Marvel's Avengers community. He leaked a lot of the playable characters that would then come to Marvel's Avengers, so I feel like he's, just jumping right over, doing the same thing with Suicide Squad. And so he does this tweet, and without kind of context or anything, right? So you can kind of get spoiled just by, seeing the tweet. And he has a bunch of emojis, right? So he covers the core four. You got Harley, King Shark, Boomerang, and Deadshot. And then you also have a fifth one, which looks to be a crocodile. Now, obviously, it doesn't take much to, connect the dots with that one. Killer Croc. Now, he doesn't outright say that. I mean, obviously, all of the, responses to his tweet are saying Killer Croc, and I think that makes a ton of sense. Honestly, the comment right underneath him kind of does some, size comparisons of, what Killer Croc looks like. I think, actually, one of the biggest things you see in the comments is kind of intrigue, where it's like, oh, man, could they actually get Killer Croc to work in a game like this? And, I mean, we see King Shark, and, look, I gotta be honest, when we talked about this, the uniqueness of each character is definitely something I'm still worried about, right? Because they really only have, I guess, their movement, and then they have a special attack, right? But everything else, I mean, you swap the weapons with each of them, and do I want to see Killer Croc running around with an AK-47 equivalent? Not really. It's not really in my dream that I would see that happening, but I really didn't think I'd see almost any of these characters have guns like that and just go around, right? So is it a perfect spot for a character like Killer Croc? No. But is this game a perfect spot for any of these characters? Also probably no. Honestly, I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. I think it would honestly just be really cool to see another Arkham character. And Killer Croc, I've actually talked about him quite a bit throughout the history on the channel. He's one of my favorite, Arkham villains. He's one of my favorite Batman villains. I mean, I think especially the designs in the Arkham games that they did for Killer Croc, I think are awesome. So, I think they would pick it up where they left off. Again, would it really work all that well? Well, I mean, I'm sure his unique moves would be cool, and maybe his movement would be cool. Again, do I need to see him running around with guns just shooting at enemies? Not really, but to see another Arkham villain and to see where they kind of take that. And then, do these characters have anything that kind of come with them, right? With Avengers, depending on the character, sometimes they have a big expansion pass, sometimes they didn't, right? So if you add a character to Suicide Squad, do they come with a story thing where you do 5 or 6 quests with them? I'd hope so, right? To just put in Killer Croc just to be playable, but not say anything. Does he have lines? Does he talk, right? Do we know kind of what happened? Bridge the gap, basically, right? From Arkham Knight to now this game. And I think they're going to do that with all of the characters. So I'd like to see a little bit of story with him going forward. But that is pretty big. And it's pretty big for Miller Ross here to leak that stuff this early, right? Because the game, not even out yet. And you imagine any DLC characters is not coming for, I imagine, at least 1 or 2 months after the game comes out. And I think a game like this, it would be best for a character a month, but I said that back with Star Wars Battlefront 2. Whenever you have a game that can have characters be added to it, I think you should do it once a month, but that's a lot. That is definitely a lot of effort that you're gonna have to do. And I guess for a live service game, I feel you'd want to do that, and that would be high on your list of things to do, but oftentimes it doesn't happen. So you probably wouldn't be getting Killer Croc till March or April. It probably wouldn't even get teased until the game comes out, so you're not even looking at official promotion or even concept art or actual what he will look like in general. You probably wouldn't even see that until the game comes out. So it's actually very early to leak something like this, and he's already going to be put on the hit list, I imagine, right, where he is not going to get access, but he still gets all this info, so good on him, I guess. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.